Welcome to the Laughs in the Dark podcast. Spooky you.
You know, with Valentine's Day coming up, I thought it'd be fun to do a Valentine's themed story, or somewhat, Valentine's love themed.
Couples, if you will.
Exactly.
Hashtag just couple thanks.
Hashtag couple goals.
Oh, God.
Welcome back to the Laughs in the Dark podcast. I'm your co-host, Rodnique.
And I'm your co-host, Carissa.
And today, we're talking all about love.
Yeah.
Love.
Okay.
You don't like that?
All right. Yeah. I don't know if it's all about love.
All about love.
Love in air quotes. Correct.
Yeah. I don't know what type of love is going to be in this story, but, it's Valentine's Day themed. That's all I needed.
I just have a feeling it's not going to be wholesome.
Who's to say?
I just feel it in my heart, and my heart is
Love
guiding
doesn't
me
have to
on
be
Valentine's Day.
Don't have to be wholesome. Some love is not wholesome.
I don't know if it's love. I think they're calling it that. Well, hopefully that's not the kind of story we're reading today.
I don't know what kind of story we're reading today. I really don't know what. I have nothing to prepare you for. I gave you a title.
I could be assaulted today.
You could be. We won't know until the end.
Oh, good.
Unfortunately.
You got to take risks in life.
You do. You got to risk it to get the biscuit.
And that might be what they're doing.
Precisely. Okay, so today's story is Do Not Go to the Valentine's Day Festival. This is posted on r/Scary Stories 4 years ago by user ChannelXHorror. And she's a long one. She's a thick girl. But people in the comments really seem to like it. So, I'm excited.
Thick girl.
You do. He's the only scrolling I gotta do.
And we're loving every bit of it. In the season of love, if you will.
What? I lost it for a sec. Oh, okay. I got it. Don't worry about me. I never claimed to have my shit together.
Well, neither of us did.
Exactly. Okay. Do not go to the Valentine's Day Festival. Asking a girl out for the first time on Valentine's Day can sometimes be a gamble. Should I ask her to go out sometime before Valentine's Day first? Is asking someone out for a first date on Valentine's Day too presumptuous? Should Valentine's Day be reserved for couples who have already reached a certain point in their relationship? And if V-Day is reserved for pre-existing relationships, would she reject my Valentine's Day invitation despite her willingness to say yes on any other day? Also, will that permanently seal me under the category of friend? I wrestled with this idea for 24 hours before finally deciding to say, screw it. What do I have to lose?
Pause.
15-minute tangent incoming.
Yes.
He's absolutely right. Valentine's Day is not it. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know I don't...
Well, I can answer his questions.
But
I can answer his questions. Like, those aren't hard questions for me to answer. I feel.
Right. But you agree that those are 100% don't ask on Valentine's Day, right?
No. Wait, don't ask on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, don't do it.
Oh, the day of Valentine's Day? Yeah, it's too late.
I mean, even for Valentine's Day, right? You want to go for a date for Valentine's Day?
No.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like if you are going to ask somebody on a date for Valentine's Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you really have to go all out. So I feel like it's a big gamble with what you can execute, but I don't see anything wrong with people with going on a date for Valentine's Day, if that makes sense,
For the first time, though.
Yeah. Some people do that. It better be a fucking bomb-ass date.
I was going to say, not only that, right? You get your pigeonhole date.
And then I also feel like it has to be like, you have to be somebody I'm actually interested in, right? Not just somebody I'm talking to for fun or because I'm bored. Like, I have to actually want something with you for me to go out with you on Valentine's Day.
Okay, but here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't been dating at all.
Have we been talking? Have we been flirting? Is there any indication whatsoever that I even like you?
I feel like I mean, okay, when you're saying talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you're modern day, quote, talking,
Mm-hmm.
and you said, it better not be somebody I'm just talking to, right? Well, I feel like that would be the definition.
No, I didn't say it shouldn't be somebody I'm talking to. It shouldn't be somebody I'm talking to just for fun. It shouldn't be something because I made the distinction.
Oh, I said, how are they gonna know whether you're talking to them for fun or not?
If I say yes to the date.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's not a gamble. I'm just saying I can answer all of these questions. Right? If it's somebody who I've been talking to with the intent of being in a relationship or, taking our relationship to the next level or something like that, then, absolutely, yeah, I'd go on a date with you for Valentine's Day. But if I just call you when I ain't got nothing to do on a Friday night, because I ain't got nothing to do on a Friday night, don't ask me for shit, honestly.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if this is your first date, you're really not far along, is all I'm saying. So, like, I feel like at best you have a surface level of this person. Like, it's too not deep
Mm-hmm.
to have a grand gesture,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm imagining, like, okay, let's say I know somebody,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm actually interested in them.
Mm-hmm.
We get along, we do whatever. I'm trying to imagine, one, if I were to ask them, right, and be like, I would feel so corny being like, you want to spend Valentine's Day together? Okay, that it sounds desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to me it sounds desperate.
Well, thankfully that's not what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say, will you be my Valentine? But okay.
Remember when I said I would feel corny saying what I said?
Yeah. Love can make you feel corny sometimes.
No, that is on another level.
What do you mean?
Picture me asking someone to be my Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
Rodney, will you be my Valentine?
Absolutely.
I can't imagine it. I can't even fathom. But on the flip side, if somebody was to me, good. We're not even going to cover, will you be my Valentine? Okay. Because.
No, I want to know. What would you say? Somebody who you've been talking to for a while. Maybe you guys have some good rapport built. You see each other on a semi-regular basis, maybe like at work or at like a, somewhere get-go often.
Like,
yeah,
settings.
Exactly. And when you're like, and this person is really feeling you,
They come up to me and they say, in all
seriousness, Crystal, will you be my Valentine?
I would laugh. I would laugh. I'd be like, what?
Will you be my Valentine?
What the fuck does that mean?
It means, will you be my Valentine?
How do I do that? How does one be a Valentine? See, I would have the opposite.
Agree to go out with me on Valentine's Day and receive my love and affection on Valentine's Day.
I guess. Did something happen?
It's Valentine's Day.
Mm.
Not did something happen. Did something happen? That's wild. Oh, why? Did your grandma die or something?
Yeah, because I don't know. It feels grand, right? And then I'd be like, okay, what are your plans for this day? What? Because it's.
Well, don't worry about my plans. Just make sure on Valentine's Day you're ready at 6:00, and I'll be here to pick you up. That's how you should ask a woman on a date.
That's really intense.
Is it really intense?
Well,
I can see how it's intense for you as somebody who doesn't date.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've only been on 2 dates, and one of those included prom.
No.
Because we went out to eat before prom.
Is that a date? Don't most people do that?
I don't know what they do.
I thought most people go out to eat and then go to prom, or go after prom they go out to eat. One or the other.
Yeah, I feel like it counts.
I feel like that's the routine.
It counts. It's a date. And then.
Oh, okay. So here's a follow-up question for you.
Okay.
So how did you feel when you were asked to prom? Like, how did that go? What was that situation like?
I hated it.
Okay, what happened? Tell me the story.
Well, let's see. We were dating, not dating. You know how it is in high school. Will you date me? But you're not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was very casual. I think he was like, "Hey, you want to go to prom with me?" Like we were well established already, so it wasn't like it was like. And then I was like,
It's like, who else you gonna go with?
"Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah." And then I was like, "Must we? You know, must we do that?"
Uh-huh.
And he was like, "Yeah, low key, I don't really want to either." And I was like, "Good shit." And then my dad and stepmom were like, "Oh my god, it's a pivotal moment that you'll never get back. You have to go for the experience." And let me tell you, I wouldn't have missed anything.
Yeah, same.
Like, at all.
Same. I ended up going to my senior prom, and I was like, I could have stayed home. Like,
Yeah. I wasted my day.
I did.
I didn't even look good.
It was not a time. It was not a vibe.
Yeah. No. So, yeah, I do feel like I'm not a quote dater, right? Like, you know how sometimes we all go on like, friend dates, but they're really just outings.
Yeah.
You know, with just the two of us.
Mhm.
That's how I see it. I feel like when people are like, "Okay, we're going on a date." No offense here.
Alrighty. Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I just feel like when I hear people be like, "All right, we're gonna be going on a date," I'm just like, "So you guys are going out?" That was so extra.
To say we're going on a date?
I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
I guess it feels like super old fashioned to me. I couldn't tell you why. It just, it doesn't. It gives me the ick a little bit.
The idea of a date?
Not of the actual date itself.
Mm-hmm.
Just the, and again, this is probably just the tism, but just the phrase "we're going on a date" is crazy. Okay. Like, I might ask you out, or like, "Hey, do you want to go to the movies?" Right? I could see myself asking somebody that. It'd be like, "Hey."
Which I feel like, I mean, I can understand, okay, the word as the concept date, right? Because some people say, do you want to go on a date with me? Or like, will you go out with me? Right? So I can get how, going on a date is a bit much,
It
but
feels like a lot. It feels like there's expectation there. Like, it's loaded. It's a loaded word,
Mhm.
right? I'm like, okay. See, if you ask me, "Do you want to go on a date with me? We can go to the movies." I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, that sounds like it involves a lot more than the movies.
like what?
Like, that sounds like you're expecting something, like, and now it sounds like one of us is gonna have to pay. It's not just a split thing like normal, okay? Like, if I ask you to go to the movies, like, as a romantic gesture, I will pay.
Yeah, you're obligated to at that point.
Okay.
The person who asks for the date is the one who pays for the
Okay,
date.
but that's what I'm saying. I'm not asking them to go on a date with me.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, even though I'm interested, I'm just asking them, "Hey, you want to go see a movie with me?" Right? And so if I'm romantically interested, then I will pay. They don't know they don't have to know that. Okay, if I'm not paying for you. Right? I guess you'll find out when we get to the register.
Sometimes hey, it'd be like that.
Right. And so, yeah, so I will, but I feel like when you load it up prior to, then you're like, "Oh, great. I have to get all fucking dolled up. I gotta see who's paying for these goddamn snacks. I gotta watch the movie the whole time. I'm wondering, is this motherfucker gonna try something afterward?" Like, that's a lot, right? And then if you have the picking up situation, right? Like, again, if I casually say, "Hey, you want to go to the movies with me?"
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you want to carpool?" Or like, "Yeah, I can pick you up. It's on the way." It's very casual. But if it's, "Yeah, you want to go to the movies with me? I'll go ahead and pick you up at 7." I'm like, okay, that's presumptuous of you at best. All right. I'll tell you what, you're not going to tell me that you're picking me up at 7. Yeah. All right. Like, I don't know if maybe that's like
I think that's just you wanting to be difficult.
I don't know if it's difficult.
No, I think it is.
I mean, maybe, do you think...
I feel like in your mind, you're losing some type of power in that situation.
Yes.
I'm not sure how that
well, no, I have control problems. Yeah. So maybe maybe if I was asking somebody, right, I'd be like, okay, cool.
But like, say it's somebody,
So-
like I said, it's somebody you know casually, you've been talking to so and so, and you want to get to know them on that type of romantic level. If they say, "Hey, do you want to go out with me? We can go to the movies on this day. Are you free?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm free." And they're like, "Okay, I'll pick you up at 7." Okay, the movie starts at 7:30. So what time you gonna be there if you don't want me to pick you up at 7? Maybe I had all that planned out. Maybe I was trying to deal with all the details. So all you had to do was get dressed and come enjoy yourself.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. All right. But again, you said it very casually, right? You didn't say all the extra shit. I feel like this guy is going to be a cornball about it. Like, because he's already deep into the, well, it's a first date, blah, blah, blah. Is it too much? It makes it sound like they don't have good rapport.
They don't. I can see already they can't.
He doesn't even know what she could possibly think about it. Yeah. Right? So it sounds like
I just hope you don't wait till Valentine's Day to ask her. Because you set yourself up for failure, big dog.
Yeah. The day before, most likely the night before, text her. She leaves them on red. Ooh. Yeah, I actually saw something. There's a screenshot this morning of a guy. So the guy that asked, it's a screenshot of his text. And he said, "Hey, you want to go out for coffee at Starbucks?" And so then she sent the screenshot of that and sent the screenshot of him texting her and then said, "Help me reject this boy." And then said, oh shit, I'm sorry. And he was like, "It's all right."
Yeah, you could have just said no, babe. You literally could have just said no. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I get that energy from this already. It's giving popular girl. I don't know if she even knows I exist.
Gotcha.
And that's a presumption.
It is.
So,
but that's okay. You're allowed to make presumption.
Yeah. So my easy answer is no. It's not okay
to ask somebody out on the day of Valentine's Day. Okay.
Or in general for a first date, or in general.
Oh, okay.
Because also, why are you going to be like, "Oh, yeah, we had our first date on Valentine's Day"? Because some people do that stupid shit of they do their first date anniversary and then their 6 months anniversary and their 1 year anniversary. Well, I guess 1 year anniversary is the same day. Or being boyfriend and girlfriend, right? First date, boyfriend, girlfriend, 6 months boyfriend, girlfriend. And then, all this shit after that. It's our first movie together. So, like, he seems corny like that.
Yeah.
So, now you have to celebrate your anniversary on a holiday? That's like people getting engaged on Christmas Eve.
Okay. I mean, makes sure you always have plans for the holiday.
Make sure they remember.
Exactly.
Lame.
That is crazy. Okay. I wrestled with this idea for 24 hours before finally deciding to say screw it. What do I have to lose other than my dignity? And so with my newfound bravery, I decided to text her. Very brave of me, right? It went something like this. Me, what are you doing? She, nothing. She, you, me, trying to make a decision. She, a decision about what? Me, where we should go this Friday. She, are you asking me out for Valentine's Day? Me, maybe. She, where would you take me? Me, it's a surprise. Are you saying yes? She, maybe winky face. Hey! 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 Tell me how you feel about that interaction.
God, that was painful to listen to.
Was it painful to listen to?
Dude, that was... I'm sparking in the mind right now. Like, let me read it. Yeah. Let me just unpack that. Okay. He already had me lost it trying to make a decision. Right? I hate when people say that about the person you're talking to right now.
Yeah.
Because at that point you're going to tell them. Why the fuck would you
to bait them in, to make them interested? They're obviously going to ask the follow-up question, "Oh, what decision are you making?"
Don't manipulate me. What do you want?
Like, manipulate is crazy.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm going to assume trying to make a decision
Uh-huh.
has nothing to do with me.
Mhm.
If I then find out it has to do with me, I'm like, you couldn't have just asked straight out the gate. You're just going to make me play around with this beating around the bush bullshit. Okay.
Okay.
That's going to piss me off straight off. So, decision about where we should go this Friday. Presumptuous.
Mhm.
Where you and who should go on Friday? That's what I would ask. Because I would not assume you're talking about me.
Mhm.
Because now granted, if somebody knows me, they know never to fucking say that shit to me, I feel like.
Mhm.
Like, because I'm a planner. I need to know plans,
Mhm.
right? You would even never come up to me and be like, imagine that.
Mhm.
Hey, Rodney, what are you doing? Trying to make a decision? About what?
Where we should go this Friday?
Who?
You and me.
Did something happen?
You and Miss did something happen.
Yeah. Because it's strange. Be like, what are you talking about?
We're going out this Friday.
When? When did we decide this?
Well, I checked your calendar and you were free, so we're going out this Friday.
See, you would have, because you have access to my calendar. Okay. I'd be like, okay, all right, you got me on that one. All right.
See?
I would still call you presumptuous, though. I'd be like, wow, bold of you. And then you'd be like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But be ready at 5.
But then,
Don't worry about that.
then they do the cringy thing that all middle schoolers do. Are you asking me out for Valentine's Day? Maybe.
You had to do the...
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. Where would you take me? Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh. Where would you take me? Like,
Yeah.
I don't like beating bushes.
Where would you take me?
Right. I don't know. Are you saying yes? Ugh. And then, maybe.
Yeah. Exactly.
Dude, I'd hit them both.
Oh.
They're-
hate love.
They are meant for each other, though. I will say, because that's the cringiest thing I've ever fucking heard.
Oh my god.
Nah,
That is the cringiest thing you've ever heard.
in this moment. I don't hate love.
You do.
I don't.
You hate
Tell me
love.
that wasn't cringy as fuck.
You hate love.
You and Ken have those kind of interactions? Be honest.
We would in the beginning. Sorry to disappoint you.
You did that whole maybe chase tail bullshit in the beginning. Wow.
And here we are 5 years later.
And this is why. This is why I don't date. All right.
This is why you don't date. Period. Full stop.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like if the right
What do you
person
mean?
came along, like it would be a casual thing. It would just kind of turn into whatever.
Yeah.
That would never happen.
So again, you don't date. Period. Full
That's not dating.
He's asking her on a date.
No. That was not asking.
Okay, he's trying to take her on a date.
Yeah, the whole maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. That is not asking. Be assertive.
Maybe she don't like somebody assertive. Maybe she likes the nonchalant type.
That was not nonchalant either. It wasn't.
It wasn't. He had a lot of thoughts and questions leading up to that.
Right. Okay. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let my pain consume me.
Okay. Little did she know it wasn't going to be a surprise for her. In reality, I had no idea where I was going to take her, but that little chocolate-covered lie bought me a bit of time to find a place to go.
Sorry, hold.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a chocolate-covered lie? I hate him. Continue.
Okay, I'm sorry. I started Googling Valentine's Day events in town. I came up with the usual restaurants inviting couples for their special V-Day dinners, dance club parties, etc. Then I saw something that stuck out. An event for a Valentine's Day festival on a meetup group website. That's different, I thought. I've never heard of a festival for Valentine's Day. It says they have food, drink, dancing, entertainment of many types. I decided that this was the winner and signed up with their RSVP form. That Friday came quickly. I picked her up around 7 and we drove to the event, which was a bit outside of town. It was about a 45-minute drive past a lot of fields and barren areas. When we finally reached the destination on Google Maps, I saw a sign hung at the corner of the small turn off that read Valentine's Festival, with an arrow pointing down the dirt drive. We pulled in, and after a few seconds of nothing but trees and brush, we saw some other vehicles parked in an improvised parking lot. We pulled in after a few seconds of nothing but trees and brush. We saw some other vehicles parked in an improvised parking lot fashion on the lawn. This brought a sigh of relief, as I didn't want to look like a complete idiot in front of her on our first date, especially with it being Valentine's Day. We parked, got out. I took her arm in arm as we walked towards what looked like a large indoor party going on with lots of lanterns and merry-sounding music. This was definitely the place. I looked at her and noticed a smile. "This looks fun," she said. I smiled when I saw that she was happy with my decision. How are you feeling?
It's fine so far. This part is fine.
Okay.
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 They're not. They're being clear.
Okay.
About the intention. That other shit was killing me.
Okay. We eventually came to a front gate where a woman dressed in period clothing asked to see our RSVPs. I showed her on my phone and she checked off our names on a sheet and we continued inward. To put it lightly, this place was beautiful. There were colored lantern lights everywhere, soft white string lights defining sections and walkways, an incredible food spread which was as of yet untouched, people dancing, singing, even some old men dressed in religious wear who seemed to just be into it as everybody else. Most of them were dressed in the same period clothing as the woman who checked in our RSVP at the gate. And it was all set up in a field with beautiful flowers and greenery all around us. It looked perfect. I was proud of myself for making the decision. She would definitely be impressed. A minute later, we were approached by an older woman who looked happy to see us. "Hello, you must be our guests," she said with a smile. "We are definitely two of them," I said. She laughs. "Come with me. We'll get you all set up for the festival. It starts shortly." "Okay," I said, looking at my date. We smiled at each other and started following the woman. She led us to an area with some small wooden booths. I wasn't sure if these were outhouses, phone booths, or what. She said, "You should take the left one." She can take the one on the right. Inside, you'll find clothes to change into. "We have to change clothing?" I asked. "Yes, for the aesthetic of the festival. You're both going to look so cute."
That sounds dirty.
For real. And how do you know my size? How do you know it's going to fit me?
Well, they probably have multiple sizes, but
You got a whole rack in there?
I imagine they must have a whole rack, right?
Yes.
I don't know what period it is,
Yeah.
but like, I imagine that they might have multiple, right? They might have suit and top hat. They might have Renaissance. Yeah, like they might just let you cowboys. I don't know.
Like a whole dress up rack.
Yeah. Or if they are just sticking to one, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if a bitch don't look good in red, right? They might have red,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a blue gown, a blah, 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 whatever. But either way, this is a recipe for bed bugs.
Lice. Fleas and ticks.
Especially if there's a bonnet involved.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I looked at my date, gave her a half smirk with a shoulder shrug, and she did the same back. We entered our booths. I felt kind of silly wearing this costume clothing, but I was going to play along if everybody else was. I exited the booth, and she was still in hers. A couple of minutes later, she opened the door and stepped out slowly, wearing a stunning dress of many colors. She looked like a princess. I think she could tell by the widening in my eyes that I liked it. See something you like? She said. Absolutely. The woman looked at us both with a satisfied smile. You both look splendid. We'll keep your clothing in bags for you. Come along. We followed her, and she led us to an area of several tables of food and drink and told us to make ourselves at home. We grabbed some small plates of hors d'oeuvres along with some wine, and we talked and ate. How did you find this place? She asked. I found it online. Do you like it? Of course I do. It's wonderful. After finishing our food, we refilled our wine and headed out toward the area where there were people laughing and dancing to music played by a small group of musicians with stringed instruments. I asked her to dance, and we danced and laughed and even kissed. A little while later, everybody started moving to another location, so we followed. We came to an area with a large platform like a stage, with 2 chairs in the middle. The stage was decorated with flowers of red, yellow, and orange. Shortly after, a few of those old men in religious garb walked up on the steps on the side of the stage, bringing a couple of guests with them and directing them to sit in the chairs. I couldn't wait to see what they were about to do.
I don't imagine they're going to do anything interesting. They're just a bunch of pastors. Can't wait to see what they're going to do.
They're clearly about to do something. They just brought everybody in this room to watch whatever this is.
I get it, but like I wouldn't be pumped about it, right? Like seeing a fucking minister come up. I can't fucking wait, bro. Can't wait to see what's going to be
so good.
It's gonna be
I can't wait for this sermon.
like, okay.
Period.
Just relax.
After the guests in the chairs, a male and a female, were seated, the woman who had given us our festival clothing approached the stage and then to address the crowd. As we are here to honor the great Romulus and Remus, creators of Rome, the festival has now begun. Everybody began cheering. Who? I whispered to my date. Shh, she said. Bring her in, said the woman. A large carriage was being pulled by several men towards the stage. When they got closer and people were out of the way, I noticed that there was some sort of animal inside, a very large animal. When the carriage reached the front of the stage, it became clear to me that this was some type of wolf-like creature. I was getting pretty uneasy by this point. The woman turned toward the guests on the stage. For this part, you will be the goat, she said, pointing at the man. He laughed. And then, turning to the female, she said, and you will be the dog. She looked confused and insulted by this statement. The male said, what? Right. The woman assured him, don't worry, it's part of the celebration. And he seemed to calm down, but still looked very annoyed.
Hang on. Who said calm down? Was it the woman who just called a dog?
Yes.
So she got offended for a second, but then he got offended and she was like, okay, relax.
Yes. That's what it seems like. He's only identifying these people by the woman, so I can only...
That's what I gathered from that. And I was like, double standard much?
I looked at my date and whispered, this is getting weird. She replied, yeah. Both guests are... What?
No, because he just asked her, oh, who is this about? Shh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm trying to pay attention. I'm sitting here, because I'm sitting here listening just like you listening. So how am I supposed to know if I'm busy talking to you?
But you guys should already know who those people are. They're pretty well-known figures.
They don't.
Well, I don't know if she does, because she just told me to shut the fuck up.
Do you know the literacy rate of Americans? Are you sure about that?
Okay.
Are you sure? People...
Okay, I'm just saying, though. You know, she just said, shut the fuck up. And then he's like...
She did not say shut up. She shushed him.
If you shush me... That's what that means. Okay. But yeah. See? If I didn't know you were fucking with me, we would have had a problem.
We would have had a fight.
Yeah. So, but just like the next breath though, because that happened like probably within seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, yeah, I'm kind of getting weirded out too. Nah, you were invested, remember? 3 seconds ago. You were all about it. Oh my god, shut up. I'm trying to listen.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
People have the right to change their minds.
In 3 seconds is crazy.
No, in 3 seconds. They had a whole conversation between that. They had the whole conversation. They brought out the large carriage.
That's not a
The lady
conversation.
was talking to the other people on the stage. Like, there were things that happened in the middle to get her there.
Yeah, I guess. I guess.
Okay.
I'm trying not to be critical.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Both guests were starting to look woozy, like they were about to pass out. The female guest's wine goblet fell to the floor and a loud clanking sound as she slumped over. The male looked over at her, frightened and angry. "What are you doing?" he exclaimed, then looking at his own wine goblet just before passing out. The old men in religious garb started strapping them both into their chairs. I shouted, "What the hell is going on here?" as my date grabbed my arm. The woman placed her hand on my arm, saying, "It's okay, this is normal."
Hang on. How many places is this woman at? She is all over. She's already.
Well, it sounds like they're at the front of the thing, so they would be right there at the stage. For her to tell her that.
Wasn't the lady just on the stage? "Oh, it's okay, hon. It's okay." And now she's suddenly next to him. It's okay. Who does she know who to stand by?
She is all over the place.
My God.
She just makes her way around the stage, so she's everywhere.
I'm imagining her power walking. She sees
Back
the
and
look
forth.
in somebody's eyes.
Facing back and forth. Whoa. Calm down.
Settle.
Home.
But I do have more respect for this guy now. Yeah,
Because he stood
had
at
some balls on him. Yeah, I didn't expect that.
That's fair. I looked at her with confusion. The wolf-like creature in the carriage cage was getting upset by my outburst and was growling toward me. Back on stage, the old men in religious garb started stripping their clothes until they were completely naked. "Oh, what the hell is this?" I exclaimed. Two of the naked old men picked up large knives and walked in front of the couple in the chairs. Before I even knew what was happening, the old religious men thrust knives into the couple's chest simultaneously, pulled them out, turned toward the crowd, and wiped the bloody blades across their foreheads. They then started laughing, and the crowd cheered.
Bruh. These other people were already... They knew what this was.
"Oh my God!" I exclaimed, grabbing my date's arm. "We have to get out of here." She looked at me in horror, with tears coming from her eyes. "Don't be frightened," said the woman. "This is all part of the celebration." The wolf creature was getting angrier and louder, still looking in my direction. I screamed, "Let's go!" at my date. At this point, the woman shouted, "Let her out," as several men started opening the cage door of the carriage to let the wolf free. We ran, hand in hand, back in the direction that we came from. We plowed through people as we ran back towards the entrance gate. We got through the gate and slammed it shut. We continued running towards the parking lot. The funny part is, when I looked back, nobody was chasing after us. It was like they didn't think there was anything wrong. When we got to the car, I first unlocked her door to make sure she was safe inside, then unlocked mine. And when I jumped, and then...
How old is his car?
Well, this story is 4 years old, so...
No. 4? We've been having key fobs since before 4 years ago.
We have, but 4 years ago, you had Bessie.
Right. And I didn't even have to do that shit. And granted, that's because I left it unlocked because that's a lot of work. But so I'm just saying that's a lot of work. All right.
Yes.
And also,
Mm-hmm.
you let her in first. The bitch can lean over and unlock yours. What the fuck?
Maybe she did, but he still has to walk around and get in his side of the car.
He said he unlocked his.
Well,
She can't be bothered.
this is their first date. This is her first time in his car. She don't know.
She don't know she should reach over to unlock it for him?
She don't know.
She's just a girl, huh?
I feel like you're weaponizing that against me.
Okay. Oh my God.
When we got to the car, I first unlocked her door to make sure she was safe inside, then unlocked mine, and I jumped in. And unlike every horror movie I've ever seen, the car started on the first try. We sped away, leaving a dirt cloud in our wake. After a couple of minutes, I finally glanced over, and my date was looking tired. She was passing out. Oh no, I thought. We drank the wine. A few minutes later, I started feeling like I was about to pass out. Then I decided that we had a better chance of making it if I pulled over than if I passed out and crashed. So I pulled over and called 911. At least, I think I did. I don't remember hanging up. I don't even remember talking to them. All I remember is being woken by police busting out my window. EMS was on the scene and it pulled us both out of the car, loading us into the back of an ambulance. That's the last thing I remember before the next day. When we woke up in a hospital the next morning, I learned that our stomachs had been pumped as a preemptive measure, as they didn't know what was in the wine that we drank. This had us on IVs all night to keep us hydrated. I told the police all about the festivals, the murders, everything. I even gave them the address of the event that I punched into Google Maps the prior evening. Later that day, I received a phone call from them saying that they checked the address, but there was nothing there. I told them I know it's in the middle of nowhere, but it was down a dirt road to the left, right by where Google says the address should be. You have to go through the drive and everything back there in the field. The officer hesitated for a few seconds, then replied, "We did see the side drive, and we did go through it. There's nothing back there. No people, no lights, no stages, no garbage left behind, nothing. We spent over an hour looking. There's just nothing there." Then I grabbed my phone to bring up the festival group on the Meetup website, and as you guessed it, gone.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
Damn. Well, I mean, good thing is that his warning is null and void, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because
Ain't
nobody gonna find it.
Right. Wow. I can't imagine phantom internet marketing.
Right. Yeah. Just, it's down now. You fucked it all up. You ruined it. Yeah. I'm still wondering about the relevance, right, of the entire first paragraph.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna go into it. I'm just saying, like, what did it really have to do with anything, you know?
It had to do with his mindset at the time. It's all to give context around his mindset and his thought process.
To go to a festival, I don't think we didn't need to know all that.
We did. You need to know how he got there. We had to start at the beginning on how he got there.
I wouldn't have questioned it, though, without that context. If he just said, hey, I manned up and I asked this girl on a date and we went to a festival, I'm not going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. You went to a festival with this girl? I'm going to need some backstory on that.
You probably go on some backstory on the girl. Who is this girl? Where did y'all meet? How long have y'all been talking? Like, what is she like? Is she cute? Does she have any hobbies? Does she have any siblings? Where does she work? Like,
first off, we didn't get any of that. So
we didn't.
We didn't. So
we didn't even get her name.
Right.
She didn't get a name.
So exactly. So how relevant is it? And two, you would ask all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
need to know.
I wouldn't even ask her name.
I know.
I feel like, yep. Good for you. It's just like our last story. You're like, does the wife have a name? And I'm like, it never even dawned on me. She's the
even think that somebody would have a name.
Okay, not to think that somebody would have a name.
Or to care what their name is.
Yeah. I'm not good with names.
I know.
And there's a reason for that. I mean, it's just not in the memory.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's like the SpongeBob episode. Throw out his name.
What's her name?
Yeah. But I just always throw it out. It temporary files and then immediately
in the trash.
Yeah. Where were we?
I don't remember. Oh, you were talking about how all of the beginning context was unnecessary.
Yeah. Yeah, it was dumb and stupid.
Oh, he didn't want to read their text about how they got to the date.
Bruh. That shit. That made me so mad. That made me legitimately so angry. Like, and then the sideways winking face on top of it.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah, no, it's with a smile.
Yeah.
Hideous. Disgusting.
You remember the emoji we used to have that was just XD?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I prefer that one.
Oh.
I would prefer that one instead of winking faces already.
Or a less than 3. The heart.
Oh, okay, I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking of greater than 3, and I was like, so it's like this,
Oh,
and a
yeah.
3, and I'm like, what does that make?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I hated every bit of that first part. The rest, great, love it. Little short,
Yeah.
short. I feel like it could have been fleshed out more.
It could have.
But they made me biased against them from the first start. Right. And then she's also very generic.
She was.
Without any character at all. Now,
No.
granted,
She don't got a name. She don't need a character. She looked cute she looked beautiful like a princess. That's all you need to know. And then she was horrified.
You think they left without their clothes? They must have.
Probably.
They're out here in a
I feel like,
fucking
okay,
town.
so if they left without their clothes, I feel like they would at least be able to be like, well, these are the clothes that we got from the people. Like, maybe you can find something here to track them down, you know?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
No, that's a lot of extra work that I doubt the cops will put in, but it's still an option.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
Crazy. I hope they didn't leave all their stuff in their clothes, like in their pockets and shit. I hope you took all your shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah, because they stored that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. He had his phone and called the cops. So I assume they had their other shit, too.
Yeah.
Wallets and such. Otherwise. It's so
They just
fun.
didn't have their clothes.
Yeah.
But
I'm also
and then I would have been mad. I would have been mad as fuck. Now I have to leave without my clothes. What if I wore a cute ass outfit? What if I just got this outfit for this date?
Probably did.
And now it's gone. This is my first and last time ever wearing it.
To be fair, you're not dead. So there's that.
I would prefer to not be dead and also have the things I came in here with. I'm so sorry. I don't know if that's a reason.
I'm just saying if you're in the hospital, I think it wouldn't be on you that much.
I suppose.
But I was gonna say, like when they went to the place, and everybody's cheering and everything, like, was this online thing like an accident? Because everybody else was in the know. Everybody else was like, oh yeah, we sign up for this every year.
Yeah.
This is all us.
Maybe it could have been. Well, maybe since it was after Valentine's Day, that could have been why it was gone. Like, remove the post after the date of the thing, you know? Or maybe it could have just been a private event being held by this, group of people who like to sacrifice folks, and they just happen to wander up in there,
Maybe
they just happen to stumble upon it.
Yeah, but with everything being gone and no trace,
yeah,
it's giving supernatural.
It's definitely giving supernatural.
So it's like they must have been lured in,
probably,
targeted, if you will. Yeah. But then also, so they had their goblets of wine. The two people up on stage had their goblets of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And they all got fucked up. So, like, was it like a Jonestown thing, you think?
Everybody's drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, like, did everybody have a goblet? Or just, maybe they lure couples in.
Maybe.
Off the internet. So
okay, so they said that when they first walked in, they saw a bunch of food, but a lot of the food looked like it was untouched. But then after they changed, they said that the lady led them to a different part where they had food and drinks and dancing and all of that. So it could have been, this is for the people who know, right? And then the randos get that other shit over there, Anybody random who walks in who's not actually a part of this will get drugged, and then everybody else. Because I can't imagine everybody's being drugged and just everybody's all happy and cheering.
All right.
Everybody should be on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Also, it has to be couples, right?
Yeah.
Valentine's Day theme.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, there's that wholesome love. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really thought she was going to die. I don't know. I just went in thinking, yep, good job, you got her killed. Because I figured that was the whole cornball bullshit.
Yeah, right. If that was why it mattered.
Yeah, and like, I thought about asking her on Valentine's Day, and now I realize I shouldn't have because she died.
Nope.
And no, she's perfectly fucking fine.
Traumatized.
You think that she's still dating him?
Hell no. That's our first and last date, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's our first and last date. What the fuck was this? You didn't read a description. You don't know nothing about nothing that's going on here.
Right.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Absolutely.
That'll be the last time you ever see me.
I'd probably fight him in the street. Right after we get out of the hospital. Take him to the streets.
Oh, you're getting discharged? Oh, yeah, I'm getting discharged too. Let me meet you in the parking lot.
Right. Meet you outside.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck that.
That is crazy.
And I bet you she did buy a new outfit for the date, so I'd be like, you owe me money as well.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I spent like $120 on that shit.
Yeah.
And low-key, I kind of want to charge you for my time, but
I'll be nice this
I
time.
won't do that. Yeah. Good God.
If you enjoyed this episode, then please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We post new episodes every Sunday. If you like this video, please like it and hit the bell to turn on post notifications. And you can check out the audio version of this podcast on all podcast platforms. Okay, bye.
Bye.